Hi, I'm Maddie. I am Vintage Spice here on YouTube, and I'm recording again a what sold video, and you can hear my cat in the background. He meows a lot, but I promise he's fine. And I'm in a really excited mood today because next week I have plans to go to the bins, and this will only be my second time going to the bins because the closest one in my state is over 2.5 hours away. So obviously I don't get to go a lot, but I'm planning on making the trip next Wednesday. So I'm really excited for that. Last time, no one else was picking up any toys. Like, I got all of the plush, all of the little people, the dollhouse furniture at the bottom of the bins. And I was surprised that no one else saw value on the toys, but I also was excited that it was all left for me. So I totally filled up my cart last time with plush and stuff, but that was really fun. And I'm really, really excited to go again. But anyway, this is going to be a what sold video for the first half of October 2022. It's October 15th right now, so exactly halfway through the month. So this will be sales from October 1st through October 14th. And this will be sales from eBay, Depop, Etsy, Bonanza, and Mercari. So yeah, let's just get started. First is this Goody razor case. It is new old stock, obviously. And I went to a thrift store that had a bunch of these in different colors. So I grabbed a few of each color. There was pink, black, dark blue, and this lighter blue. And they are Goody brand, which I thought was interesting because I know Goody is a bolo for hair accessories, like hair clips, stuff like that. So I decided to give this a try since it was Goody brand. And it's that stock from 1993. And as soon as I listed all the colors, they immediately got watchers. And I'm not sure if that's because I put the word prop in the title, because I was thinking that maybe a movie shot and then a movie supposed to be depicted in the 90s or a TV show or something could use this as a prop. Because I know that people filming those types of movies and TV shows want their stuff to be as authentic as possible. So maybe some sort of prop department bought this, but it sold so quickly that my sale had not even kicked in. So it sold for $18.99, and the buyer was all in for $26.58, and I paid $1 for this. Okay, next is my highest sale for October so far. It is this vintage perfume, and it is new old stock, but the box is open. And the buyer paid the full sale price of $156.39, and they were all in for $175.49. And I got this in an estate sale. I filled up a bag to the top of different health and beauty aids. And when I went to check out, the guy running the sale, he was family. It wasn't a company or anything. And he kind of dismissed everything I bought. He was like, "Oh, that looks like a bunch of cleaning stuff and a bunch of beauty stuff. So how about $10 for the whole bag?" And I was really surprised that he didn't see any value in it. So I paid like less than $1 for this, probably like maybe 25 cents, which is pretty cool. Next is this lot of little people, vintage little people furniture. And this goes with the Play Family camper. Um, the buyer paid the full sale price of $17.47, and they were all in for $23.62. I bought this in a lot. I bought the Play Family camper along with a bunch of the furniture that went with it. And after everything was said and done, I think I had like $2 into this. Next is this Marks piece. It sold for, let's see, the full sale price of $33.11, and the buyer was all in for $41.28 for just this little piece. It's not even 4 inches long, and it's just the top to a convertible car. And the buyer left me feedback saying that they had been looking for this particular piece for 2 years, and they were so excited that I listed it. And that's really why I like parting out things like this, because I know there are collectors like all over the country and all over the world actually that are just looking for one or two pieces to complete their playset. So that's why I like to part these things out. And I paid maybe $3 for this after I divided out the lot that I bought. Next is another Marks piece. It's also very small, not even like 2 inches big. And this goes to a helicopter. It's like a rotor for the back of the helicopter. And I talked about this in my last video because I have bought this helicopter twice now, and I always part it out. And usually after I sell out of it, people will message me like, "Hey, do you have any wheels left, or do you have any more of the propellers?" And I'll tell them like, "I'll be on the lookout for you, but not right now." Um, but the buyer sent me an offer of $25 and I accepted, and they were all in for $32.94 for this, and I paid about $2 for this. Next is this artisan dollhouse pull toy. It's signed on the bottom, and again, very small item, very easy to ship. And let's see, they sent me an offer of $30, and they were all in for $40.25. And I had between $6 and $8 into this. Okay, next is this Calico Critters piece of furniture. I bought this in a lot, and again, I like to part these things out because there are people looking to complete their dollhouses and they're just looking for one piece. So this sold for the full sale price of $11.95, and the buyer was all in for $18.24. Hi. And I had about $2 into this because I bought a lot of Calico Critters dollhouse stuff. Okay. Oh, get off of my paper, please. Okay. Next is this Marks piece of dollhouse furniture. I took a best offer of $17.99. And buyer hi. Buyer was all in for $24.57. And I bought this in a lot of dollhouse furniture that goes with the Imagination dollhouse, which is the only Marks dollhouse that isn't tin litho. It's made out of plastic, which really intrigues me. So I actually didn't learn about this dollhouse until like 2 weeks ago. Okay, maybe like 3 weeks ago. And I decided to buy a lot of the furniture, and I'm really glad I did. This is the first piece that sold. So yeah, pretty cool. Okay, next is another Marks piece. It goes with the same playset as the helicopter, and it's just this little spring. And I actually don't know what this white piece is. I think it's actually broken off from a different piece, but I decided to keep it inside the spring in case the person buying the spring could also use the white piece. And this sold for $15 best offer, but the person who bought this bought two other items, and they were all in for $65.88 for all of the items, and I had about $3 into this. Okay, next is this vintage Halloween die cut, and this sold for a best offer of $14, and the buyer was all in for $21.97. I had about $2 into this, and of course, I listed this like two months before Halloween, which is the perfect time too because it sold very quickly. Lastly, for the eBay sales is this Barbie Furniture. These chairs sold for a best offer of $15, and the buyer was all in for $22.68. And I was scrolling Facebook Marketplace, and the listing for these really caught my eye because it came with the dollhouse, and the dollhouse is actually the one that I played with as a kid. So it was the 1998 Deluxe Victorian Dream House, which apparently is a kind of a rare dollhouse. So the furniture parted out really well, and I was just really glad that something so nostalgic for me ended up being a good buy. Um, so yeah, I have listed a ton of the furniture, and most of it has sold. So I probably should list the rest of it. But you guys know how that is, I'm sure. Okay, next is this Depop sale. It is this dad sweater with orange colorway. And let's see. I paid like $1 for this at a church rummage sale. It was fill a bag for $3. So I have about $1 into this. And it sold for the full asking price of $23. And the buyer was all in for $32 when shipping was included. Next is this really cute Halloween sweater. Obviously, I listed this right at the right time and it sold really quickly. I paid up for this because Halloween stuff is a really good buy for me in the fall. So I paid $7 for this. It sold for $27 and the buyer was all in for $36 after shipping. Last for Depop sales is this Fair Isle sweater. This is a really old listing, so I really don't remember what I paid for it. Probably no more than $5. But I had lowered the price a bunch because it had been in my shop for so long. And this sold for $20, and after shipping, they were all in for $29. Next is an Etsy sale. It is this Elmo plush. I guess this is a harder to find plush because the eyes and the nose and basically the whole plush is all fabric, which makes it better for younger kids. So this plush sold for $20.99. The buyer was all in for $27.17, and I paid about $1.50 for this in a big buyout. Next is my only Bonanza sale. I rarely make Bonanza sales. I don't really know why. I don't know if it's because I end and sell similar on eBay and if that messes up the Bonanza stuff, but I don't make very many sales on there. But this is a Fiesta Lamb Lovey plush, and I saw on WorthPoint that this is a pretty rare plush, and there were none listed, so I listed it pretty high, but it sold for the full asking price of $33.85, and the buyer was all in for $42.97, and I paid like $2 for this at Salvation Army. And then the last platform I want to share with you is Mercari. And this Bratz outfit sold for $19 free shipping. I don't do free shipping on Mercari anymore, so this is a pretty old listing. But I think I had like $2 to $3 into this because I bought a lot of Bratz stuff a while ago. And then last is this Monster High listing with 2 chairs in it. And I definitely paid too much for these, but Monster High stuff sells really quickly for me on Mercari. So I decided that it was all right. But I paid $3 for these, and they sold for $12 plus shipping. Buyer was all in for $18.18 after they paid for shipping. Um, so yeah, that's really it. Let me know if you had a favorite item in here, and I look forward to sharing more of my what's sold with you guys. Thanks.